an increasingly fragmented and a world which is, in our terms, moving towards globalization as opposed to globalization for a global business like yours, and of course the India interest out there. But thank you so much, Juvencio, for speaking to us today. It's a pleasure having you on NDTV Profit.
Thank you, Niraj, for having me here in cold Davos. No, it is true, as you say, the world is getting more and more polarized, and then of course this is affecting and will affect climate, will affect increasing inequalities, and will affect, of course, the stability across the different geographies. But that's why it's more important than ever that companies, and at least this is our mission, that we side with the many people, because the closer we are to the needs of the many people, the better. That's why we came to India, where we have many people, and then we have done over the last year a big investment. We invested more than 10,000 crores. And we are now entering into the new phase after opening in several locations, and we want to really expand and grow. And at the same time, we are more committed than ever to keep lowering prices, because this, in the times we're in, with high inflation, high interest rate, people are struggling to come at the end of the month. That's why companies like IKEA can support in making both affordability and sustainability coming together.
It's a surprise that companies like yours are talking about lowering prices at a point of time when the world seems to be grappling with higher costs, both because of the geopolitical disruptions that might be getting caused, maybe higher oil prices as well relative to what could have been. So how is it that you are able to do this so effectively? Is it lowering of the margins in order to ensure that the customer is able to buy what he or she wants at the prices that she or he wants? Or what's happening?
Yeah, how's the magic? No, first, we are built for purpose. So we have a very powerful vision that was handed over to us by the founder, which is to create a better life, everyday life for the many people. So this is a starting point. Based on that, it's in our DNA to always offer in low prices. And in order to offer in low prices, we have to have low costs. We don't work with low cost to make richer any shareholder. We reduce the cost to reduce the price to really give to the customer lower prices. And then at the same time, our company has only one shareholder, which is Stitching Ingka Foundation. So there is no private dividend coming to the private pocket of any shareholder. Everything gets reinvested, 85% of the net profit, and the remaining 15% goes to the foundation to achieve the charitable purpose. So it is actually a machine to really well designed to keep offering low price. And then in the times we are in, we have to side with the many people. That's why for us it's so important to really grow, because the base to offer low cost is to have more volume. And this is what is happening in India now. After opening in in Mumbai, in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, and now we are now expanding to other territories, this is a time where we can create the volume. And we can create the volume in two ways. The first one, by creating more IKEA in India. That's why we need and we want to open more IKEA stores and also to expand online. And the second way is by working together with the government of India to have harmonization of standards. We welcome very much the Indian government direction to increase the quality, and then this is the moment where we can harmonize with international standards, so we can have India as a big sourcing hub, production hub, to export to other places in the world. So by having more IKEA in India, and by having more production in India with harmonized standard, we can create the volume, and with higher volume, we reduce the price for the many people in India.
Is there a roadmap that the company's already laid out for what you just said, and are you reviewing it at the start of 2024? Can you share something?
Yeah, this is the idea now. So the idea is that I remember we made a handshake some years ago with the government of India. We will invest 10,500 crores. We have done it. We will produce 30% local sourcing. We have done it. We will open IKEA store close to the metro connection. We have done it. We will have 50% women, 50% men. We have done it. So we have delivered all our promises. Sure. And now we are at a point that in the IKEA love India and India love IKEA. We have now more than 2 million IKEA family members only in India. So you are one, fantastic. And then many intelligent people are IKEA family members of IKEA. And we are at a point that we are ready to go to the next phase. And to the next phase is to grow and to go deeper in this love story and partnership in between IKEA and India.
Yeah, but just specific to that point of, because it is interesting, a lot of companies are talking about moving production to some sense eastward, local sourcing, but manufacturing in some of the larger markets for those markets and for the world. So make in India, make in India for the rest of the world. I heard you say that. I mean, is there a roadmap that you've laid out for what quantum of increase could happen in goods manufactured in India for IKEA, whether for India or for the rest of the world?
It will depend on the timing. We are here for the long term.
Of course.
Someone asked me, what is a long term? I said, in India at least, let's start with 100 years. Let's start with that. And we want to double and double and double again. We see a very long journey. And the key thing, because we really believe, and I really believe, in the unique opportunity that India has, and we all have, in order to grow production and sourcing. But in order to do that, we need to have these two things that are prerequisites for us. We need more IKEA stores, so we need to have more support and more partnership with the regional government, with the states, in order to have good approval process, in order to have good clearance to the projects. In order, it's big investment, and the closer we are to the metro connection, the better. So we want to keep going with the land acquisition and opening more stores in India. So we need the partnership with the state governments. And the second thing we need is this harmonization of the standard, which is extremely important. And it's perfect because India direction from the government is to increase the quality standard, which is fantastic.
Right.
And now we want to secure the harmonization with international standard. So it's not producing India for India, it's producing India for both India and for the entire world.
By when do you think something like this happens?
India is producing today only 1% of the global production of home furnishing products. Only 1%. Can we agree that there is nothing but opportunity ahead of us? Yeah. And this is what we are after.
So by when do you expect this harmonization, which you...
We are now working with the government very closely, and we feel very happy in the cooperation, and it's taking some time, but it's happening as we speak. Okay. But, and it fits into the overall agenda of the government to really move the whole quality standard. Okay.
We know about Ingka stores, Gurugram, Noida, etc., the next leg of growth. Some people call it phase 2.0 or whatever you call it. What's next? Is that the focus right now, or are you already thinking of what beyond?
It's three things. On one side, it's, as you say, is we will open next year. We need to decide the date, but in 25, at the end of 25, we'll open Gurugram, which is a fantastic meeting place. It's coming true. And you see all the big investment we are making. The similar in Noida, it's amazing, the junction of two fantastic metro lines. And then many people ask, why it has taken so long to open in Delhi? You have opened in Hyderabad and Mumbai. Said, it has to be right. Sure. It has to be right. We don't want to rush. We are here for the many years in Delhi. And Delhi is a big market. So these are big meeting places. And then one of the many company will be IKEA, but we will host many other places and many Indian companies as well. So it's a growth story with many companies can join together. So and it's not IKEA only. So this is fantastic. Ahead of that, we will open online at the end of this year in Delhi.
Yes.
But also we are now exploring online in other places like Andhra, like Karnataka, like Telangana, like in other places in Pune or in Gujarat, we have Ahmedabad, or we have Surat, or we have Vadodara. So we are now opening online in other places. And the third bucket is we need to find new location for new IKEA stores in the big metro, and it has to be as good a location as the one we have. Close to the highway, in connection with the metro, and with support from the state government.
Okay. Quick 30-second answer before we wrap up. As a global company, higher for longer interest rates seems to be the norm, even if we see lower interest rates in 2024. Are project IRRs getting challenged because of the higher rates?
It's an interesting question. In a normal circumstances for a normal market, yes, you could say that, of course, you have a higher hurdle rate. But we have decided not to work with hurdle rates. We have decided that, interest rate will go up and down. And then for us, what is important is to step back. I said, we have a long-term vision. Then we have a long-term vision in India. And then whatever we invest is going to stay for long. That's why it takes time until we invest. And we come with a lot of investment, big commitment. We don't open a store to close it. So that's why we don't want to feel so trapped in this short-term thinking. Then, of course, you need to crack the code in the P&L to keep finding new ways to lower prices. That's why for us, the whole harmonization of the standard is paramount to have more volume, to have lower costs.
Well, we wish you all the best for that and more. Keep on opening more IKEA stores and keep on delighting customers like me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking to us today. Namaste.
Thank you, Niraj. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juvencio. And viewers, thanks for tuning in.